Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Lords of Travel.
We just did that.
In this video, my good buddy and best friend in the entire world, Sean Rakajich here. He spent a lot of time researching some of the best places that you can go to right now because all the travel restrictions, like you saw in the last video, are pretty tight right now. And so he's like, okay, well, there's only a few places to go to. Let's figure out the top 5 ones, and the reasons why they're his top 5 are going to be mentioned in just a matter of 10 seconds. Are you guys ready? Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe, comment below, and share this with your friends.
All right, start the clock, 10 seconds. Welcome back, YouTube world. Sean Rakajich and Sean Ray here for Lords of Travel to give you the top 5 places that you should go now or soon if you just need to get out of the country. But all things considered, there's some places you can't go, some places you should not go. There's some people you should like and subscribe to right now. What I did is I collected from a CNN article that you showed me before. They did update it after Joe Biden updated all of his requirements about like the rapid tests and stuff you said in the last video. If you haven't seen that video, link is in the description, check that out, which helps give you context for now. So I boiled down a list of, we had about 35 countries that we're so down to go to this year. And based on the logistics, there's really only 5 that I could come up with that I would give you like a solid yes on. There's one that I was gonna give you a yes, like Chile, which we talked about in the last video, but they require that you have a $30,000 COVID-19 liability insurance or something like that to travel there. So that got knocked off of our list. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna tell you the 5 countries, why, where you should fly out from, when you should, and that's going to be so helpful for you. Now, I feel like one of them is obvious, and so even though this is in a different order, we're going to start with Mexico because we both just really like Mexico. Now, there's a caveat here. Not everywhere in Mexico will you want to go to right now. Mexico City is starting to go the way of Los Angeles or New York, where they're closing everything early, and there's a lot of restrictions, but there are still some of the cooler spots in Mexico that aren't like, I think Mexico City's cool as hell, but there are other cool spots in Mexico. You were just in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and it wasn't that bad, right? They weren't shutting everything down?
No, I had a great time. Okay. So places that I would recommend in Mexico, of course, would be Tulum's always going to be a party, still is a party. Mm-hmm. Jalisco is, if you guys are tequila fans, Jalisco, if you want to go there just for tequila tasting, that's a great spot to go check out. Puerto Escondido is wide open, a lot of fun. It's a great time if you guys want to fly into Oaxaca, then Oaxaca to Puerto Escondido. Oaxaca is still a great time as well, but surfing is great in Puerto Escondido. Playa del Carmen was cool. I'm glad I went, but I mean, if I'm going to go back, I would definitely prefer to go to Isla Mujeres. Isla Mujeres is right outside of Cancun. Totally recommend going to Isla Mujeres right now.
And tequila kills COVID-19.
It's true, science.
So you should go to Mexico. Now, where should you fly out? Mexico, you should fly out of Dallas, just so you could say hi to us on the way through. I think you probably fly out of Dallas, LA, Miami, anywhere, and the flights will be similar, but I did check, and Dallas flights were the cheapest, most consistently.
More than Houston?
Sorry, Houston, I didn't even look for you.
Houston flights are super cheap to Mexico as well.
And we both used to live in Houston. I still show that airport no love.
That's how we met.
Yeah, we became friends in Houston. So with the caveat, flights may be cheaper out of Houston, but for the whole country, I think getting into Dallas or Miami or LA is probably more likely. And so the cheapest flight I could find was February 2nd, upcoming. Right now it's like end of January, it's like January 27th right now. So the cheapest flights for Mexico are actually very near future flights to Cancun, and it's $167 to fly to Cancun from Dallas on February 2nd.
With the airline?
It's not something stupid. It's something cool.
Southwest.
It could have been American actually, but I'll have to double check. I maybe took a screenshot. I did take a screenshot of actually how cheap flights are to everywhere in this part of the world. So actually, let me show you a couple of these screenshots since they're now becoming relevant. I took a screenshot of like immediate future flights, including like the French Polynesians all the way up through Turkey, and then I did one for about a month-ish from now. So you can see what the flights out of like Dallas or New York are to the rest of the world. But Mexico is always a good time because there's plenty of things to do. So you get a lot of variety there, and that's why it's one of our top 5.
And the last thing I'll say to interject is if you guys get lucky out of Dallas, this only goes like twice a week or 3 times a week, but Sun Country Airlines, it's like cheaper than Spirit. A lot of times I can get to Mexico for less than $100 on Spirit, but Sun Country, I've been able to get to Mexico for like $67 round trip. And so it's pretty crazy. If you guys get a chance, check out Sun Country. That place is
Do you think
nuts.
of a jingle? Sun Country,
Sun
you're gonna fly away.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, cool.
The
All right.
plane might crash though.
Sun Country, you're gonna crash today.
Oh god.
Thanks, Sun Country. All right, next on the list, immediately below Mexico on this list is Turkey. We've been there once, a couple days in Istanbul, but I've got a serious case of Turkish FOMO, actually, from seeing everybody's Instagrams lately. There are legit cool things in Turkey I never knew existed. One that is commonly known is like this area called Cappadocia, which is where everybody flies on air balloons over like a rainbow-colored desert canyon thing. And there's a lot of Instagram flexing out of there. But there's places like Camel Beach, which is like Pig Beach from Bahamas, but with camels. There are these calcium deposit waterfalls that they're like water, like it's like almost like a porcelain sink you can stand in, like a big one, and then the water goes down into another like plateau of just pure white.
Sounds awesome.
It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen those pictures.
It looks like something out of like Lord of the Rings, like the opposite of Mordor, right? Like if Gandalf like built an outdoor like water park, it's like the Gandalf Falls or something. Turkey has required that citizens get a negative COVID-19 test 72 hours before the flight. That's whatever. That's new because they actually previously weren't requiring it. But the cheapest flights that I have found were out of New York. And it was end of February. Just anything in the end of February was cheapest, and flying into Istanbul was $618.
How much is it to go from Dallas to New York?
Dallas, New York is like $100.
And so overall,
So 97 plus 618, you're looking at like what, 725? No, 715. Sorry, math.
One of my great skills is that I can ask him to do math.
Yeah.
Because that's one of his great
And
skills.
I just
is he
screwed
can
that up.
do
But yeah,
math
so
just like
basically
that.
$715.
With the power of editing, how much is that?
$2.
Wow, no.
Right, sorry. Well, see, with editing, anything is possible. I can get the wrong answer. To his point, flying out of New York is so much cheaper than flying out of Dallas, which was like $1,100 or $1,200. So if you spend a little bit of money to fly to New York right now, then flying out of New York to Turkey is the cheapest way to go. End of February if you want to plan this. What's great is a lot of these are not in competition with each other. So you can go to Mexico February 2nd. There's going to be somewhere else you can go here soon. And then you can go to Turkey more closer to the end of your trip. So, number 3. Yes, okay, thank you for that. Number thrice is French Polynesia, specifically Bora Bora, because why not?
Yes.
Now, YouTube is probably why. Like anybody who's ever a social media influencer person loves working from Bora Bora. It's actually one of the top expat work remote places in the world, behind Chiang Mai, which is the number one expat city in the world, and then Medellin, Colombia is number 2, and then Bora Bora. So the reason why people like do their expat stuff in Colombia is because it's in like the same time zone generally as the United States. So people who do like day trading and stuff, they like to be in Medellin. Bora Bora is in a completely different time zone. So a lot of people who do like digital stuff, like graphic design, stuff that doesn't need to be like on the same clock as the stock market, those types of people exist out there, or Chiang Mai. But since Bora Bora is prettier for photography, a lot of the people who do like influencing tend to find their way to Bora Bora. We have that one friend who used to work at that place across from One Midtown.
That's really cool, just because I think about the people that are doing like the blogging and all the kind of photography and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They can pretty much hang out and shoot all day during the day because it's important for them to shoot with the good lighting, and then they just need to work at night, and so that way they can have all the beach time, they can have all the daytime nature stuff, and then everyone's sleeping. Mm-hmm. And by the time that everyone wakes up, they can work at night.
Yeah.
Sounds like makes a lot of sense.
Cool. For Tahiti and Bora Bora, it requires a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of arrival as well. You have to present it before boarding, blah, blah, blah. You'll have a self-test kit to take on your 4th day, just in case. There's a form to fill out, more info at the U.S. Embassy. Now, Los Angeles is the cheapest flights to Bora Bora. What's funny, though, is the flights aren't really different in cost out of LA. Like, all the flights, no matter how far in advance or how soon, are all pretty much about $1,100 in change. But I did find that on Tuesdays, they are typically not only the cheapest flights at $1,084 instead of $1,100 or $1,120, but they also have the least number of stops. So if you went on a Friday to Bora Bora from LA, there'd be like 4 stops on the way. But if you fly on a Tuesday, there's only 2 stops, which everybody knows that layovers and changing planes is, one, a liability for losing luggage and missing flights, but also a pain in the arse.
What stop? It's California and then Tahiti. There's nothing there. It's just water.
Well, it might be that you like to stop in like Maui and then Oahu or something on the way out.
That makes no sense.
They fly you to Nicaragua just to pick up more people. It's like a bus.
We're gonna put on here where the stops are, because that is insane. Where the hell would you stop flying from California to Tahiti?
They might actually do a route where they pick up people that are all going to
It's like
Tahiti.
a bus?
Yeah, and then they make that one big trip to French Polynesia after it's done.
Well, then why wouldn't you just fly to the place that is the last stop on the bus stop?
Maybe that's what they do on Tuesdays. And they don't do that on...
This makes no sense.
Yeah, we don't know why there's 4 stops one day and then 2 stops the other, but
That's
that is
so weird.
But so French Polynesia, Bora Bora, it's pretty. That's why.
And the flight time will show us, just so you guys can see how far away this flight is, from here to there. This is a screenshot of how long it's going to take for you to get to Tahiti, starting from anywhere in the United States.
From anywhere, it's always going to be the same amount of time because of the
Yep.
bus stop thing? Okay, got it. So number 4 is one that I think is a logical choice because, what is it the Kenneth Copeland Ministries that did that? Like, I banish you, COVID-19.
Execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute.
Remember that guy? He's from Fort Worth.
Yeah. Okay, what's the point?
Okay, so he's like, I send the fires of hell to burn you, COVID-19. And where else could you accomplish this but Egypt? Because it's hot!
What is the reference?
It's hot and it's
Oh my
dry.
God.
So if you're looking for a place that you can go and likely not catch COVID-19, I think that somewhere hot and dry like the deserts of Egypt are a great choice.
Hey, we got there.
Yeah, we got there. See, I did this? Okay, so you do need to present...
And they all wear face masks.
Yeah, they would expect you also to wear face masks in Egypt. It's true.
Sorry.
There is a negative COVID-19 requirement that's kind of loose, but they say to be safe, take it within 72 hours of your trip, so just like everywhere else. And you must present paper copies of your test. They just won't take digital. 5 and younger are exempt, so that's emotional age too, so we're exempt from taking that test. You might be required to show proof of health insurance.
Well, that I don't have. Yeah.
But moving on to the logistics of getting to Egypt. Well, by the way, Egypt is weirdly cool because it's on the water. So, like, I like to scuba dive, and so Egypt is one of the countries I want to go to because it's really close to Eritrea, which is a place that I want to scuba dive at. But I would do both. And one of the 7 wonders of the world, or maybe 2 of them actually, 2 of the 7 wonders of the world are in Egypt.
2 of them? Which
Is
2?
the Sphinx one also?
I
Not just
don't
the pyramids?
know.
Now, logistics. The cheapest flight to Egypt is out of New York. And we also discussed how, flying to New York is cheap. So fly out of New York any Wednesday. Any Wednesday is good. And you'll get to Cairo for $638.
It's not bad.
So yeah, basically, you can just pick any, what is it? Today's Wednesday. You can fly right now, January 27th.
Hey.
Or any Wednesday thereafter for the cheapest amount of money.
Just to show you how long it takes to edit videos, this video is being recorded Wednesday, January 27th. Let's see if we can get this out before March.
I really wish we knew how to tell star dates for you Trek fans out there.
Star date, 1745.
-21214.
-2, yeah.
Yeah.
Galaxy Andromeda.
Okay. So, all right. Final, number 5. This one gets points for being one of the closest, and I already hinted earlier in this video, one of the closest to get to, and it's actually a new airport we haven't talked about in this video either, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And I'm specifically saying you should fly into Georgetown
Because of pigs.
because of Big Beach.
Jeez. I don't
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Come on, let's do it for the pigs.
I've heard some ethical dilemmas about the pigs, and so I'm kind of like, I'm a big pig supporter. I like pigs.
Well, with how we typically tend to treat our pork in this country, I think they've got it a lot better than...
It's an upgrade.
Yeah.
But I still think that pigs, dolphins, and dogs need to all be like considered to be the same level of... We should be kind to all of them.
Aren't they free? Just living on that beach? That's what I heard. I thought they just do their thing. I hope so. Please don't ruin my childhood.
Okay.
That is still currently...
We'll go there and find out in person.
Yep.
We'll let you guys know if it's Lord of Travel approved. Ethically speaking.
We will do a like an integrity check in the Bahamas. Now, if you're 11 or older, you must have a negative COVID-19 test no more than 5 days prior to your arrival. So do that. You can apply for a Bahamas travel health visa here. I guess I'll take the link out of this and give it to you guys. You must opt in for COVID-19 health insurance. Hopefully it's not expensive. Let's find out.
COVID-19 health insurance.
Yeah, and you must take a rapid test on the 5th day that you're there. So this is one that
You're there
actually...
for 4 days.
Then you're good.
Oh, okay.
So this is probably one of the hardest ones as far as like requirements on the list. But the Bahamas are close. They're groovy. There's Pig Beach. And they're pretty. I mean, going to the Exuma Islands would be like awesome. It's high up enough on my list. I can't believe I haven't been to the Bahamas yet. It's high up enough on my list that even with these hoops to jump through, I'm still giving it a top 5.
I wonder if Tahiti is more beautiful than the Bahamas, because the stuff I've seen at Tahiti looks ridiculous.
But isn't Tahiti and Bora Bora both in French Polynesia?
Yes.
So it could be like 5.55. Also go to Tahiti.
Yeah, I mean, because you have to take 4 trips to get from Bora Bora to Tahiti. You have to fly to China, then you got to fly to Egypt, then you got to fly to Germany, and then you go back to Tahiti.
And that's why they call it Airbus.
I guess so. Yeah, Air Tahiti does. In the last video, we talked about Air Tahiti does their own testing for the COVID, so that's pretty cool. Well, I can't say COVID for their own testing for the pandemic.
We can say COVID, by the way.
I thought YouTube we don't
that was a long time ago.
Really? You can say it now?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They made it okay now.
Dang. Okay.
So now the money to fly to Bahamas, Miami is the shortest and cheapest flight from Miami. And the best day is Saturday, February 6th.
Do you think we'll have this video out by Saturday, February 6th?
I sure as hell hope so. And it is $296 to fly to Georgetown.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Not bad at all. You have extra money to feed the pigs.
Out of this list, what is your number one most anticipated, hopeful spot that we can go to this year? That we, specifically you and I, can go to this year?
My number one?
Yes.
It's got to be Turkey.
Turkey.
It's got to be Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey. I think for me it would be a tie-up between Turkey and Mexico. But I go to Mexico all the time, but I just love it. I'm never not excited about going to Mexico. So I'd like to do a lot of things still in Mexico, or go back to things I've already done in Mexico. We're showing you footage right now of things that we've already done in Mexico.
Listen to me.
So wait, she put the...
We can just feel the vibration.
Order list.
No? I tried like a little.
You get a video of me.
It was really spicy.
Yeah, bro. I gotta say it.
How come are all my favorite places named after animals? Pig Beach, Camel Beach, Turkey.
At least it's not Camel Toe Beach. That'd be kind of gross.
Cut. What if is Egypt an animal? Is Cairo an animal? I bet one of them is an animal, and I
feel like Cairo is that goat looking, the mixture of a deer and a goat looking thing, like with the Ibiza,
Ibiza.
The deer that has like the big horns. They're black.
I'm so happy we're not playing charades right now.
God,
that sounds like a gazelle, but
yeah, it's like a gazelle, but it's like a sand.
It's like
gazelle.
A Satan gazelle with big black horns. It's like the Krampus of gazelles.
Oh man, I did so much Animal Planet growing up that I know so many things about animals, but I also got hit in the head so much growing up that I don't know anything anymore.
You said it like silent psychedelics. I did so much psychedelics growing up. I did so much Animal Planet growing up.
Yeah, no, for sure. But no, I can't remember anything anymore. I have fragments of knowledge in my head.
Which is for another video.
Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else?
Well, in the truest fashion of our sign-offs at the moment.
You're just taking my sign-off? All right.
It's fun!
All right. Thank you for watching.
Peace.
Lords of Travel. like and subscribe.
Lords of Peace.
And if you guys are in any one of these countries, make sure to like, comment, subscribe below. We'd love to see you in person. I was told in the last video not to say that I'm going to touch you physically in person, so I'm not going to say that. But I'd love to see you in person, face to face.
Anxiety beats.
All right, see you guys there. Bye.